Welcome to Diving Into Watches, and today we are going to talk about modding a steel dive or addiedive or whatever other name that they clone of the turtle dive, or I'm sorry, the Seiko King turtle watch that they make. And you'll never hear me call them Homage because they are not a Homage. They are a clone Homage at best. Can you mod that watch to look like a turtle dive? I think you can. I have the parts and we're going to do it. But I was curious. I see all these YouTube videos. They talk about the Homage or the addiedive, the Sea Stern, Pagani. It drives me nuts when they say they're Homages. Those watches are not Homages. They are clone Homage. I'll do a video on my rant about that, but a Homage is a watch that takes inspiration from and then includes their own design aspects of that watch. Those watches and the addiedive, which I'm going to modify to see if we can make it look like a king turtle, is a watch that absolutely clones a Seiko or other watch and then puts their own name on it and skirts being a fake. But you can put your comments down in the comments and tell me how much I'm wrong or etc. I understand why people buy them. I totally get it. I get it. You know, the price between the two. But that's not what this video is about. Is can we make one look like a king turtle? Let's find out. I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll take a look, and we're going to compare the two because I have my own Seiko King turtle. We'll compare the two. We'll look at the two watches side by side, see the differences, and then I'll show you what I plan to do. And then you can watch me mod the watch, and at the end we'll review them, and then you can let me know in the comments. What do you think? Does it basically look like a Seiko? Because I mean, Seiko guts of the watch. It's an NH35 movement. So can we do it? Let's find out. Let's flip the camera. Okay, so right now on the bench, we have Seiko King turtle and the addiedive clone Homage of the Seiko King turtle. If you don't know, which I'm sure many of you do know, the difference between the King turtle and the turtle, the major differences between the King turtle and the turtle is the King turtle, you're going to get sapphire glass and you are going to get a ceramic bezel insert. The selling feature that they show on, I picked mine up off Amazon. There's a little bit of a smudge on here. Let's see if we can get that off of here. The big selling feature that this one is the addiedive. The selling feature they say on Amazon and some of the YouTube videos I watched is that it says it's a sapphire crystal, which I do not have a sapphire tester kit, but I'm going to say it is sapphire. And it has a ceramic bezel insert and an NH35 movement inside. So, I mean, for $100, guys, I mean, it's kind of hard to hammer on it when you are getting a Seiko movement, you are getting a ceramic bezel insert, and you are getting sapphire glass. As much as I loathe, is the right word, clone Homages, I will give a props for his props, and I will give them props for that. You're going to be spending, I think retail on a Seiko website is like $650, and you're $99. I mean, you can't argue price. So don't beat me up in the comments about that. I get it. Can't beat price. Let's give this one a shake so we can get the movement moving. So we got the movements going there. You got the date on this one. You have just the date on that one. So this is more in the lines of, they say in the lines of the Captain Willard. I've even seen videos where they say this is a homage of the Captain Willard. And I'm like, I don't know how you can say it's a Captain Willard, because to be a Captain Willard has to be a Seiko. But again, we're not going to get into the differences. We're just going to see if we can clone this one to, be like a Seiko turtle. So you can, if you can't see it already, there is some differences. The King turtle is a little bit larger than the addiedive. Let's pull out the calipers here. Let's go ahead and flip them on. Zero them out. The King turtle is, what do we got here? 44, and the addiedive, if I'm pronouncing that correct, addiedive, whatever you want to call it, is basically 42. Okay, and then We've got and lug width here, we're gonna go with 22 is the lugs, and I think the Addiedive was 20. Yeah, it's gonna be smaller. So you've got 20. So there's some differences there. Lug to lug, what do we got here? Lug to lug. We're looking at, what are we looking at here? Lug to lug. Sorry folks, I'm trying to do this behind the camera. Lug to lug, we are going to be 39 on the Addiedive, and on the King Turtle we are going to be 39. So lug to lug is the same, but on a width it's off by 2 millimeters, and it's 2 millimeters shorter on the bandwidth. So not huge. My plan here, God, I'm sorry folks, I just absolutely love this watch. This is the grenade, I call it the grenade dial. Some people call it the waffle. This is the green dial. What I've done here, what we're gonna do here is, this one came on the black strap. I think you can get it on the bracelets a little bit more. I kind of like more of the black strap, more authentic to the original era. I bought this one came on the rubber it came on the silicone, green silicone. I took this off. This is the waffle pattern Tropics band. I got it from Zulu Diver. I love their FKM full rubber. This is a full rubber 22 millimeter strap. Zulu Diver, have no affiliation with them. I have no discount codes, no nothing. I just love their straps. Go ahead and check them out. I really enjoy them. Great straps, but I digress. So the plan here is I'm going to not touch the bezel, not touch the sapphire glass. No need to, obviously ceramic. I'm going to pull the case back out, drop the movement out, keep the hands, and I am going to put on, I have the movement and I have the dial. I have actual Seiko dial, and I am going to put the Seiko dial on. Let me grab that real quick and I'll show you the dial. So I picked this up from Tokai Lab. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Tokai Lab. So this is a actual factory Seiko dial. It's pretty close. I mean, it's in the plastic, but it's pretty close to the dial that's in there now. It's a little off. It's not going to be 100%, but we're going to put a factory Seiko dial in there. I thought about changing the crown on the Addiedive, but I'm going to leave that for now. I probably will change the crown eventually and just do a regular Seiko one, just, you know, non-branded one. But I'm not trying to make a Homage. I'm just seeing if, you know, you put that in there, how close is it going to be to, you know, making a Seiko watch. I mean, it's Seiko guts. Could you save yourself some money if you really wanted to go that route and build your own? I'm not going to change the case back out, because obviously I wanted to put a Seiko case back in there. It's not going to fit because this case back is obviously larger than the Addiedive's one. And that creates a kind of an interesting question. If you put a Seiko dial on there and you put a Seiko case back, and it's a Seiko movement, is it a fake? I guess technically it is, right? Because it didn't come from the factory. Because I know most fakes, you know, the movement inside, you know, for like a fake watch, it's always not the exact movement, like a Rolex movement or a Tudor movement or something like that. But if you've got an actual Seiko movement, a Seiko case, because you could get a Seiko case and drop it in. If you got a Seiko case, a Seiko movement, a Seiko case back, a Seiko dial, Seiko hands, shit, and you just, man, by then you just might as well buy the damn watch. You built it. Because I can tell you, getting factory Seiko parts is not cheap. I mean, I think this dial was like $130. So between the watch at 100 and this, you're about $230 versus, you know, if you bought this from Seiko website or an authorized dealer, you're probably, you know, high fives, low sixes, get them on a secondary market for a king turtle. You might be able to pick one up used in the threes, maybe fours, maybe cheaper on eBay. I don't know. Let me know if anybody bought them down in the comments lower. But enough talking. Let's get into what you're here for. Let's get into the modding. Let's make this happen. All right. Okay, we just took the crown out. I'm gonna set that aside, put that right there. Now, what we need to do is remove the movement. So let me grab one of my little screwdrivers here. I just want to gently pry up on the movement just a little bit. That should be able to, there we go, just like that. Movement is out. Case looks good. Definitely gonna clean this with some Rodham. What the hell is this? Rodico before I put it back in. But in the meantime, we're going to set this off to the side, keep it clean, and we are going to we got the stem back in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the hands till we get to just at midnight, just as the watch changes over at midnight. I actually do it again when I pull the hands off, so that when we set them again, it's dead at midnight. So let me get a little piece of plastic here so we can pull these hands off. Do exactly that. Put this right over the side. Make it right underneath. And we're just gonna gently work our way under. Pull these hands up. There we go. We got them. Perfect. Let me turn this fan off. There's a lot of stuff everywhere. Okay. So now we are actually I'm just going to use this case back. Actually, no, I'm not. What do I got in here? I'm going to use the top of this case I have for another mod I'm going to do another video for, but right now, let's set those off to the side. Grab my tweezers here, very carefully, very tiny. Grab both those, move those off to the side. Got those out of the way. Take our blow on here. Now where's my rodico? Take a little bit of rodico here. I don't know why I'm actually even attempting to clean this dial a little bit. I'm curious if I scratched the dial of, come on, of this Addive with those ones I just used. When I was, or they were already, or the dial was already scratched. I don't know if you can see the scratches. Yeah, you can see the 2 scratches right there. I don't know if I did that or those were already scratched. I'll have to go back and look at other ones. I don't know if I did that. If I did that, oh damn it, I won't be using these again. Interesting. I don't know if I did that, because there's definitely no cleaning that up. It's okay, we're not going to use this dial anyways. So now what we need to do is get some of these tools out of the way. Out of the way. Now what we need to do is gently lift this off, and you can see right underneath, right here, let me get a little tool here, right here, you can see there's a little ledge. We're going to take a little tiny screwdriver, we're going to put it in there, and we're just going to start working the screwdriver. Move this camera this way. We're going to start working this screwdriver underneath this to kind of get this up. So let's take this, see how easy that was? Dial's gonna pop right off. All right, perfect. So let me move the camera back. Whoops. Okay, so now we can just work our way around and pop this dial off. There's another one right there. There's another one right there. Just gonna put a little pressure under it, work it way around. Because there's little tiny feet underneath. So there we go, we got that. Let's go ahead and take that off. And you can see the 2 little feet right there. I don't know if you can see it. Hold it on the camera where you can see it. There are little dial feet right here. Right here and right here. So we'll need to make sure we line those up with the next one. So let's set this off to the side. Let's take a look at our movement here. Make sure there's nothing dirty in here. Where's my rodico? I think there was some, yeah, there's a little bit of dirt right there. I don't know if you guys can pick that up on the camera. There was just a little bit. We're just gonna do a little cleaning. Everything looks good. Because I don't want to put it back together and then it'd be dirty inside. Okay, perfect. So now, the moment of truth. I was a little concerned that this dial might be because the diameter of the case was a little bit big. I was a little concerned that the what do you call it, the Addive dial case, the case was smaller, but it's an NH35 movement, so I realized that it didn't matter, that this should be the dial should fit. So we're gonna go ahead and take this one out. I gotta put my eyesight's not great. Okay. Now I'll get a better view of that dial face. Look how gorgeous that is. Ugh. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that compared to oh, it's upside down. Compared to that one. Just gorgeous. And of course you're getting the Seiko Super Luma Bright. The Addive lume wasn't bad. The ceramic bezel was nice because the ceramic bezel on this one, the Addive, was blue, and the lume on the dial was green. So we kind of gonna get a little bit cooler lume. We'll have to do a lume shot, but that is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's gonna definitely have that pure class of the 60s kind of look, even though it's a Prospex dial. So, and it's 200 meters, so there we go. All right, so let's get back to it. We're gonna set this one off to the side. I'm gonna take this one out. Oh, dial feet are already set for the Seiko movement, which is awesome. So we should be able to basically drop this one right into place. Gently, gently, gently. Wow, look at the difference. Look at the difference. Gorgeous. I have to put a gorgeous counter up. I don't know, there's just something about building your own, doing this your own. Incredible. Fantastic. Now the fun part. Now the fun part. Putting these hands back on. So let me get my hand tools and make sure that we grab the right tools. I want to make sure I have the right ones to put each one on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wind the hand. I'm going to wind it till this turns, so I know that this is aligned at the correct midnight spot again. So I'm going to keep winding this till I see the number change, start to change, and once it clicks, I'll stop. Starts to go. Okay, we know that's midnight. So now we need the hour hand. And this is going to be the fun part. We got to line that up and press it on without it moving. Make sure this is in the camera correctly for you guys to see. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try not to block this for you. Looks like I'm blocking it. Sorry guys, can't help it. I don't have overhead camera yet. Let me check the angle. I gotta push down the back a little bit. key here is to push equal pressure on both sides. Okay. Looks like it's off just a touch. All right, let me spin it around. See how it looks. Do that again. Looks like it clicked a little after midnight, but I'm a little okay. I'm okay with that. Nothing's absolutely perfect. Okay. Do that again. There's noon. I don't know, folks. That was pretty right on there. There is a little clean out this hand a little bit. It looks like I don't want to scratch the hands. Okay, now I have to on the next set, which is going to be, too many tools in the way here, folks. Let me get these out of the way. Everything's looking good. All right, now the next one, which is going to be that looks pretty darn good right there. Okay, let's see if we can get this one set. Let's check the alignment. That looks pretty good. Maybe just a tad. Just a tad more. I don't know if we can get this on camera. That looks pretty good right there. Let's go ahead and give it a whirl. Let's see, can we see? Yeah, we can see that, okay. Let's give it a whirl. Looking good so far. Looks like we're coming up on our time change. So it looks like it kicked over a little before midnight, but I'm okay with that. Let's check our 6 o'clock alignment. Six o'clock looks just looks a tad off. Can we fix that going like this? A little nudge. A little nudge. Alignment looks good. I know someone whose mods is gonna look at them and go, oh my god, why are you not doing that? I know. That looks pretty darn good, considering. So let's do this one more time. Go around the world one more time, then we'll set the second hands, and then we'll put the watch in movement. Okay, we're coming up on, there's 11. The hands are starting to, it's kicking over about 5 till. So if I really wanted to, I could pull this one, I could pull that top hand and movement, maybe I will. But I'm not too worried about it. I'm not even awake at midnight, folks. So I'm gonna leave that the way it is. If you guys want me to adjust it, if it make you happy, adjust it. I don't know if you can see it, but there is some stuff down here on the dial. We're gonna clean this up real quick. My OCD will not allow me to let that stay. Go easy on the hands here. A little bit right here. Because once I set this back in the case, that's it. There's no cleaning these hands up. It's looking good so far. All right, now the one that everybody complains about. The seconds hand, which is the trickiest one of all, because you gotta flip it around. It's upside down. Turn this case, because it's just the opposite. There is a little pin that you have to set. I have to get low on this one so I can. Okay, folks, it looks like we got it. A little trickier. I had to get down sideways, so let's spin everything here one more time just to make sure nothing hits. I'm looking. The tolerances all look good. I'll try to get here on the camera here so you can kind of see everything spins good. Tolerances look good. See, nice and flush. Okay, so let's put it at the 10 and 10. Let's let it click over. 11. It's going to click here right about here. Nope. Now it's going to come around again. We're going to come at 11. It's going to click right. It's even clicking earlier now. All right, whatever. Let's set it at the 10 and 10. Put the watch in motion. Watch it go around. Everything's looking good. Let's watch it come by the hand here. Make sure nothing hits. All right, let's bring the case over. Let's oops, almost dropped that. Let's put this back on for the other mod we'll do down the road. That'll be an even easier mod because that's simply just going to be a crystal change, and we're going to change the rotor and the case on the, or not the case, what do you call it? The cage on the back to a fancy cage. So let's put this movement on. Let's flip this, we're going to have to flip this movement over so that I can get this crown out. And put it back in the case. For right now, let's clean this case out. Let's take the crown out. Okay, there's our movement. Make sure we're lined up. Oops. Okay, put our crown out. Let's line up our case. seat. Does it look like it's in? No. It is all off. There we go. Does that look like it's there? Trying to see if that looks like it's in there, and it does. I would say that's looking pretty damn good. Just making sure everything lines up. '30's lined up, the top's lined up. Just make sure everything's seated. For some reason the bottom, yeah, it looks like it's seated. Yeah, everything looks seated. Okay, now time to put the crown back in. There is, that's interesting. I can't really tell if there's a actual seal up in there. I don't think there's a rubber gasket in there. There might be. There might be. I just really can't tell. It looks plastic. To be honest with you. If anybody knows any different, put it in the comments. I can't tell. But usually you see the seals more up this way, but I can't tell. But it is what it is. You know, I mean, for what we're doing and the cost of the watch, you know, I'm not gonna piss and moan about it. All right, let's put the crown back in. Wait, what the hell's going on here? Oh, there we go. Okay. Didn't feel like it was lining up quite right there. Why does this feel like it's not lining up right? Because it's not. Well, isn't that interesting? Got to pull it back out, folks, and tear it all apart again. The dial feet are in the wrong spot. Son of a biscuit. Ugh. So I'm gonna do this off camera because I'm not gonna wait to watch all this, so wait till I come back. Okay, we're back. Okay, so as you saw, we ended there. Obviously, we're not back over on the bench there working on the watch. I'm not gonna say it's an epic fail, but we had an issue where, as you can see, the dial face, the feet weren't lining up. Well, the feet lined up, but when I put the movement back into the watch on the case, because it's a 40, it's a turtle case. The face was not lining up. It was turned because the dial feet were set for a 3 o'clock crown and not a 40, not at the 4 o'clock like on a turtle case. So the face was off. That was on my error on when I ordered that dial face. So, epic fail? No. Learning the lesson? Yes. Could I cut those feet off? Yes, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to save that dial face for another build that I've already planned, that I'm already working on building. I am going to order another dial face that will work with this turtle case so that I can put it in this one and continue to build, because I want to use this one because, as I said earlier, it has a sapphire crystal and a ceramic bezel. So I'm going to wrap this episode up right here. Part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button because it helps the algorithm. I want to grow this channel and keep doing lots of more mods. We're going to do watch reviews. If there's anything you'd like to see, any watches you'd like to see me review, any Seiko questions you have, modding questions, any mod build you'd like me to do, stay tuned. I have another one coming where I'm taking the new SSK003 GMT I have. It's a blue dialed one. I'm going to be upgrading the sapphire crystal on it, and I'm also going to be upgrading the rotor and the cage bridge on the back, just as total aesthetic upgrades. No other than that, but it'll be a cool little mod that'll be the next episode I load until I get the dial face in. So thank you for watching this video. Again, give it a big thumbs up, and thank you for watching Daily Diving Into Watches, and we'll see you again real soon.